WWE Unreal promised to explain the why behind John Cena's controversial heel turn. It showed Cena developing the character, Triple H deciding that the experiment was no longer working, and the audience forcing WWE to change direction. But the man who triggered the entire storyline was still missing from the explanation: The Rock. John Cena's heel turn began at Elimination Chamber with one of the most memorable betrayals in modern WWE history. After Cody Rhodes rejected The Rock's offer, Cena stood beside the final boss and Travis Scott. The Rock gave the signal, Cena attacked Cody, and one of WWE's most dependable heroes became a villain after more than 2 decades. The moment worked because of the people surrounding Cena. Cody represented the new generation protecting WWE. Cena was the retiring legend abandoning everything he once claimed to represent. The Rock appeared to be the powerful figure offering Cena something valuable enough to justify the betrayal. That final part created the biggest question. What did Cena believe he was receiving from The Rock? The storyline originally suggested that their partnership would provide the answer. Instead, The Rock disappeared from the angle, and Cena continued his heel run without the man who initiated it. WWE Unreal examined Cena's creative process during this period. Cena explained that he needed a personal reason for suddenly becoming a villain. His interpretation was that he represented the final member of WWE's old guard and had grown resentful of the new generation replacing him. He wanted to take the enjoyment away from wrestling fans. That idea influenced more than Cena's promos. He reportedly wanted his matches to become intentionally frustrating and methodical. At one point, he even proposed a count-out finish for a major championship defense. The goal was to make the audience dislike Cena because he was refusing to give them the excitement they expected from him. Triple H eventually concluded that the concept was creating the wrong kind of reaction. The problem was no longer simply that viewers hated Cena's character. WWE risked making the audience dislike the product itself. There is an important difference between villain heat and company heat. A successful heel makes viewers want to watch that wrestler get defeated. An unsuccessful creative direction can make viewers stop watching entirely. Triple H believed Cena still needed to deliver the greatness audiences associated with him, even while playing a character they wanted to see lose. Cena accepted that criticism. Before SummerSlam, WWE changed course. The audience made it clear that it wanted the familiar John Cena back, and the planned match with Cody Rhodes became the moment that restored him as a fan favorite. That portion of the story is genuinely interesting. It shows Cena experimenting with an uncomfortable character, Triple H recognizing the limitations of the experiment, and both men reacting to the audience instead of stubbornly protecting the original plan. But it only explains why Cena behaved the way he did after the heel turn. It does not explain what happened to The Rock. Vince Russo highlighted that missing piece while discussing WWE Unreal on the Coach and Bro Show. Russo's criticism was straightforward. A documentary cannot present itself as the explanation for Cena's heel run while avoiding the disappearance of the person who launched it. That criticism is an opinion, not a backstage report. Russo admitted that he does not know why The Rock stopped appearing in the storyline. His belief that something serious may have happened behind the scenes remains speculation. There is currently no verified evidence proving that The Rock fought with Cena, Cody, Triple H, or WWE management. The omission is still worth examining. The Rock was not an unrelated celebrity who made a brief cameo after the heel turn had already happened. He was presented as the architect of the betrayal. He approached Cody. He created the moral choice. He gave Cena the signal. He stood over Cody with Cena and Travis Scott after the attack. If The Rock is removed from that sequence, Cena's decision loses part of its original meaning. Cena can explain why he wanted to punish the audience. He can explain why he experimented with boring matches. Triple H can explain why WWE eventually abandoned that approach. None of those answers explain why Cena aligned with The Rock in the first place, or why the alliance ended without an on-screen resolution. There are several possible explanations, but none has been confirmed. The simplest possibility is scheduling. The Rock maintains major responsibilities outside WWE, and his availability may have changed after Elimination Chamber. WWE could have decided that the story needed to continue without depending on another appearance from him. Another possibility is that the creative direction changed. Perhaps WWE originally expected The Rock to remain involved, but later determined that Cena's final run needed to focus more directly on Cena and Cody. If that happened, removing The Rock may have been a practical creative decision rather than evidence of personal conflict. A third possibility concerns the documentary itself. WWE Unreal provides unusual backstage access, but it is still created with WWE's participation. It is not an independent investigation with complete access to every private conversation, contract, or business relationship. Some subjects may remain outside its intended scope. It does not automatically make the series dishonest. Every documentary selects which information to include and which stories it can legally or practically address. However, the more a program markets itself around backstage truth, the more noticeable those omissions become. This is where the credibility debate begins. WWE Unreal showed Cena and Triple H acknowledging that the heel experiment was not working. That is a meaningful admission. It would have been easier to present every decision as a perfect creative success. The series deserves credit for showing the pivot. But acknowledging one problem does not answer every question surrounding the storyline. The Rock's disappearance matters because it may have influenced why the heel turn struggled. When Cena attacked Cody, viewers expected an alliance with a clear objective. They expected The Rock to explain what he wanted, Cena to explain why he accepted, and Cody to fight against both men. Instead, Cena was left to construct a different motivation around attacking the fans and damaging wrestling. That character could still have worked, but it felt separated from the moment that created it. The audience had been shown one story at Elimination Chamber and was eventually asked to follow another story on the road to WrestleMania. The Rock may not have been the only reason the heel turn became difficult. Cena's experimental match philosophy, limited time, and the pressure of his retirement tour all created additional challenges. But his absence removed the clearest bridge between Cena's betrayal and Cena's new character. A WWE now has 3 realistic ways to handle the unanswered question. The company could eventually address it in a future interview or another season of WWE Unreal. That would allow Cena, The Rock, or Triple H to explain the change without turning it into an accusation. WWE could preserve the mystery for a future storyline. Cena may have ended his full-time in-ring career, but The Rock could still address the failed alliance during a future appearance. Or the company may never provide an explanation. If private schedules, business considerations, or creative disagreements were involved, WWE may decide there is nothing to gain by revisiting the subject publicly. Fans should not treat silence as proof of a feud, but they are justified in recognizing that the explanation remains incomplete. WWE Unreal answered an important question. What was John Cena trying to accomplish as a heel? It did not answer a different and equally important question. Why did The Rock initiate that transformation and then disappear from the story? Those two questions should not be confused. Cena explained his character, Triple H explained the creative pivot, the audience explained why WWE needed to bring the old Cena back. The Rock remains the missing piece. Did WWE Unreal lose credibility by leaving The Rock out of the full explanation?